His role as king-in-waiting is finally taking on a rather more tangible form. Yet as Charles adopts more of his mother's responsibilities, exchanging views today with President Obama in the Oval Office of the White House, it's once again apparent that Britain's future king is not minded to curtail his interventions on matters that concern him. And it's an issue which is coming to a head.
Thank you, everybody.
Within the next few weeks, the judges of Britain's Supreme Court will rule on whether the public has the right to know more about Charles's private lobbying of government ministers. The case centres on handwritten letters like these to ministers in Tony Blair's government. The Guardian newspaper wants to publish them. Critics say they prove that Charles meddles in matters that are none of his business. One ex-minister who received letters from Charles is a certain David Miliband.
Fantastic spot, isn't it?
The former Foreign Secretary now heads a US-based charity. He shared a platform with Charles in Washington and spoke up strongly in the Prince's support.
The relentless, passionate, informed, diplomatic commitment that you have made over decades is something that has meant that some very important issues were not lost in the midst of the short term.
These visits always have their lighter moments, but make no mistake, these are important times for Charles as he navigates the line between his future kingship and his continued campaigning without causing an upset. Charles's visit here to the White House is an example of his highly visible public role. What the Supreme Court in London has to decide is whether the public should know more about his unseen private role lobbying governments. Nicholas Witchell, BBC News in Washington.